Hello and good morning. Welcome to my channel, Womb Awakening to Love. I'm Madeline Eames, the creator of this channel. And just in case you were looking for one of the largest collections of videos on chronic pain and trauma, that's my other channel, Mindful Living Now. So you might want to just hop on over there. Womb Awakening to Love is my passion. It's about healing at a very root deep level and allowing that energy, those divine feminine energies to rise within all of us from our very root. So today I want to talk about what is the essential ingredient for peace. And when you think about this, then see what comes up for you. It might be enough money. It might be, the love of my life. It might be, nobody's ill. It might be that my kids are okay. So just think about that for a moment. And what I'm going to talk about is not so obvious. But once I talk about it, it will become more obvious. All those things I just listed, those are all wonderful, great things to have in your life, and they absolutely can bring you peace. But see how temporary they all are. Even below that, below all those things that we create in our lives, all those situations, all those external factors, what is below all that is developing within yourself trust. And when I say trust, I don't mean trust in the guy next door or trust that this project or this job is going to work out. They might not. But how well and how deeply can you trust your own self? And sometimes when we talk about that kind of trust, we think, well, I trust myself that I'm going to be able to be the best that I can, or I trust that I'm going to pass this test. And that's actually not what I'm talking about. Because again, those are external factors. But can you trust yourself that whatever happens, you're going to be able to pull up from your strength from inside of yourself and be okay? Can you trust yourself that when you start this new job, you will do your best to move through what you need to move through? Now, trusting for a lot of us has become more of a head decision, a thought process. And it's not at all. Because if you think about, if you decide, maybe some of you have experienced a big betrayal or a real a breach in trust. Is there a day that comes that you say, all right, I know I can trust this person again? Can you? And I'm not saying that you can't, but let's face it, we're all human. We all make mistakes. So that is kind of setting yourself up. But if you can go deeper into your body and know that in this moment, I gravitate towards being with this person or being in this job, and I trust myself to follow my intuition, to be able to connect deeply within myself to know what to do next, or that I'm going to catch myself when I fall. Can you be your own best friend? Can you be the person that you fall back on, that you rely on? Can you be your best coach, your best cheerleader? Because in the end, everything outside of you is going to be external and passing and uncertain. And in the end, you are the one that's going to have to pull yourself through. So trust develops deep in our body. And if you're thinking to yourself, well, no, this does not me at all, you're not alone. Because you know what? We have been talked out of our own center of trust thousands of years ago, We have been taught to put our trust in what other people say, what other people teach us, what we read, what we see, and we have lost a connection with our own self. Now, trust happens in the body, deep down, sort of below the diaphragm, down to your root or your pelvic floor. That is where our intuition lies, our gut feelings lie. And the word, the phrase trusting your gut feeling, it's a real thing. Because when you know, you know. It's like, the saying, the penny drops. It's a true thing. The penny drops deep in your body, not in your mind. When I look back at my own life and I look at some of the decisions I've made, that they may have seemed crazy at the time. It may have gone against everything that my head would have said, all the pros and cons, but I knew deep in my belly that this was the next move forward. And anything that lands now, I try my best to trust my intuition, because if I didn't trust myself during some of the hard times, and there were times where I didn't trust myself, but looking back, I'm sure you can see all the times that you have pulled through. And trusting yourself is a basic foundation for moving through this life, for moving through uncertainty, and being able to catch yourself when you fall. And really, that essential ingredient for peace is being able to trust yourself through times of uncertainty. So this is the very first theme that we are diving into in the Rising Collective, my membership group that begins February 15th. And in the very first month, we are diving deep into learning to trust and connect with that part of our body where we may have been stuck, where we can't breathe, that we've been disconnected from at your very root. Because from there comes love. Everything moves upward from there, right? To your heart. From there comes, trusting love. From there comes trusting your voice. From there comes trusting your thoughts. Being able to see what's a true thought, what's an untrue thought. Everything evolves from there. And that, my friends, is the area of our body that has been most stuck and frozen, particularly in women. It is the center, it is the source of your creativity, your intuition, your free spirit, the part that wants to dance and sing and be free in this lifetime. And isn't that peace? When we start getting our diaphragm moving again, through being able to breathe again, you're going to have access to that part of your body. And if you're not breathing, it's really difficult to trust yourself. I mean, let's face it, there are some times where you just have to hold your breath and jump. And, maybe if you're skydiving or, you're going into an operation, right? You just got to hold your breath and cross your fingers and hope for the best. There are times like that, but that's not sustainable on a daily basis. On a daily basis, you want to be able to breathe, to move, to not be frozen like ice. You want to be flowing like a river. So I hope you will join me in the Rising Collective. Right now, it's at a super low price. You can come in as a founding member, because this program, my gut tells me, this is my zone of genius. And this program is only going to expand. And if you get in right now, you get locked in at the lowest price. And from there, magic is going to happen. Trust yourself.